Shalom. Hey, first and foremost, I'm going to all praise and honor and glory to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Hashem,
Bahashem,
Yahweh
Shai,
Shai, Bahashem,
Kakadash.
Kakadash.
A double honors to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace salutations to the whole 144,000. And the 1/3 man with children at orders, Shemari Ali.
Well, yeah.
And today's topic has to do with the whole Dalton, the documentary. The name of it is from Hebrews and Negroes.
Mm-hmm. And his name is Ronald Dalton.
Ronald Dalton, and he had sat down with Captain Cesariak of ISUPK recently, and he said a lot of things, and he went off on a lot of things as well. But we understand that these are stumbling blocks that has to be done in order to weed out the undesirables, in so many words, those that are not of the elect. But we do also know that, I forget the scripture, but that we won't be deceived. The elect won't be deceived,
right.
No matter what. I roughly paraphrase.
Matthew the 24th chapter.
You want to grab it real quick?
For the elect's sake. Wait, come on. This is the book of Mark, chapter 13, verse 22, and it reads, "For false anointed and false prophets shall rise, and shall shew signs and wonders to seduce, if it were possible, even the elect." Which just goes to show you that the elect won't be deceived.
No, not at all. And as you can see, starting with Apostle Tahar on down here in Great Millstone, brothers have done videos rebuking Dalton and his rhetoric in his documentary, because although there are some things that hey, they're talking about Israel and that the so-called blacks are the true Jews, but it's forgetting about the Northern Kingdom as well, as far as the Latinos and the Native Americans. He totally disregards the Northern Kingdom. He has that black only Israelite
Afrocentric,
that mindset. This whole going back to Africa thing, to be delivered from the coming destruction that's coming, in which that's not biblical. Pursuing into Salakia, where the Lord say, "Come up hither."
I believe that's Revelation 11.
Revelation 11,
Mm-hmm.
11.
Yeah, Revelation 11, I believe. I forget the verse, but I know it's the 11th chapter of Revelation.
Being caught up in the air. Along with that, though, he denounces the chariots. Meet him in the air. That's First Thessalonians.
I thought you were talking about come up hither.
Well, I
Slovakia.
Slovakia. I had referenced that, but what I was talking about is this is First Thessalonians 4:17. The reason says, "Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together." So those who will endure to the end, the coming destruction that is coming to aka Babylon the Great, aka America, aka spiritual Egypt. It says, "Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord." And we understand that when we're being caught up, we're going to be beamed up into chariots, so-called UFOs. But we know them as chariots of the Most High. And so Dalton guy, he denounces that, and so he's pretty much trying to bring in confusion into where we don't even have a sense of hope uh, and a sense of faith in our salvation, which that confusion can get a lot of people who aren't well studied, who aren't part of the elect, you know. Um, but the Lord do say that the deceiver and the deceived are His, roughly paraphrasing. And so we understand that these things must come and must happen. But again, the elect will not be the elect will not.
As like you said in Matthew or Mark 13, if it were possible, which it isn't, they shall deceive the very elect.
So the elect will not be deceived.
No.
Right. All right. So we're going to start off with a double back to Jeremiah 5:26. It says, "For among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait and see that set of snares." And this whole documentary and this whole thing with the small hats, Amalek, these are things that are, and we see it coming a mile away. These are things that are set up to cause snares. In Israel, because we're waking up. And Amalek is scared right now. And so, of course, a documentary that promotes can't really say it, but understanding why it's still on the shelf and it's not being taken off or, word I'm looking for, protesting against, but they're able to protest and try to shut down Kyrie and and people that are promoting this particular documentary, but it's still able to be put into these online viewing sites.
Yes, it is the number one
Yeah.
Documentary or film being watched on Amazon right now.
And if it was that bad, they would have found a way to protest and cancel it, But they're not, because they understand that.
I can pick up where you left off. See what Esau is doing is a lot. Jake is not able to, on a spiritual level, discern that Esau is using crafty counsel with our people, to pretty much just cause confusion.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you don't want Jake to wake up. That's why you went in Jeremiah 5:26, for among my people, that's the Lord's people, which are the Israelites, are found wicked men. They lay wait as a set of snares. A snare is a trap, It says they set a trap, they catch men, and that's what they do with with philosophy, with deception, with temptation, Reading on verse 27, as they kill birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Therefore they have become great and waxen rich. We can apply that to many leaders of Israel right now, like wicked pastors, wicked Well,
even this Dalton guy, because if it's the number one watched documentary in the world, you gotta think about it. People had to download, they had to purchase that particular documentary. So that means that he's waxing richer and richer, and he's speaking lies, and he's causing confusion amongst Israel.
God, I was gonna say, I was gonna apply it to anyone who is in a leadership position amongst the nation of Israel.
And he could be considered as that. That's the reason why, you got guys like Kyrie, who's
Captain Jazariak,
Yeah, Captain Jazariak.
A lot of people follow behind him. A lot of people listen to his videos and take a lot of, they have a lot of reverence and respect for him, because he knows he's an Israelite, but it's just the truth, ISUPK's doctrine is off, man.
Well, even Captain Zariak had endorsed the movie and told people they need to go watch it. They need to push it. They need to like push Dalton to the forefront.
Yeah, like why the hell are you endorsing somebody who's basically saying that the chariots aren't real? Mm-hmm. He doesn't push Yahweh Shai. No, he doesn't. Names. He's pushing that he's teaching that we have to go back to Africa in order to get salvation.
Israel's not the
right, that Israel is not the land, That's where it all began, man. And he's just pushing these doctrines, this it's like Egyptology, Christianity, and a little bit of Israelite doctrine mixed together, man.
Complete confusion.
Yeah.
The scriptures talk about, hey, the Lord, the Most High is not the author of confusion. And if you're not well studied and understand the scriptures and have a strong base understanding the scriptures, you can be wooed away from the truth easily by listening to this guy and watching that documentary.
Mm-hmm. Verse 28, they are waxing fat, meaning they're getting rich. They shine. Yeah, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. And who are the wicked according to the Bible? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, woman, and child, starting with the international banking families. It says there are Israelite wicked men that overpass the deeds of the wicked. So that's a wicked ass nigga, man. It says they judge not the cause of the fatherless, yet they prosper. They'll literally use deception to get richer, and to grow in their popularity. A lot of these Jakes, like Captain Tazariak, man, you hugged up with somebody who is teaching the wrong doctrine just so you can get a little popularity, man. Jake, you too damn old to be trying to be seen and to be cute and shit. The popularity is gonna come in the kingdom, man. Jake trying to be seen and trying to get this fucking vain glory, man. Like that's madness.
That's the same thing IUIC did when they had showed up at the basketball arena to help protest for Kyrie Irving. Jumping behind that whole thing. It's like yeah, we're excited about Israel, being highlighted and Jake able to, what I'm saying, like, hear that, yeah, we are the true Jews the Bible speak of, but all in all, we understand that a lot of that stuff is just propaganda and things that snares that Esau's laying. He's using these guys as pawns to help push confusion so that you go back to sleep. Because they see that we're waking up, Yeah,
Amalek see it and he don't like it, so he's using gullible ass Israelites to push his agenda.
That's right.
Which is to put you back to sleep. But I'm gonna finish this off. I'm gonna read finally verse 29, but I'm gonna finish verse 28. They judge not the cause, They don't discern correctly. They don't make the right decisions when it comes to being a leader. The cause of the fatherless, which are the Israelites, yet they prosper. They making money under the table, man. And the right of the needy do they not judge. They'll see Jake going off. They telling you to get the the JAB, man. They were pushing that shit. They don't care. All they care about is getting some damn shekels in their pocket, man. That's all Jake care about. Verse 29, shall I not visit for these things, saith the Lord? Shall not my soul be avenged on such a nation as this? And this is the Heavenly Father telling us that the nation of Israel is going to be judged, man. And I actually have a precept for that, Amos, the 9th chapter, because this is what's coming to these wicked ass Israelites that's pushing these lies and just trying to put our people back to sleep, man. This is the book of, let me see. I'm gonna just go right to the point. Amos chapter 9 and verse 10, and it reads, all the sins of my people shall die by the sword. And who has the blessing of the sword? Esau, Edom, man. Esau was given the blessing of the sword through Isaac. Okay, He was given the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven, and he was given the blessing of the sword. By thy sword shalt thou live. But ultimately, the Lord is going to use this devil to judge 2/3 of the nation of Israel, man. That's why it says, all the sinners of my people, who are the Lord's people, the Israelites, man, shall die by the sword, which say the evil, which is the bad time, shall not overtake nor prevent us. And that's what Jake think. Jake think that all you got to do is go to Africa to escape bad times, to escape Jacob's trouble, man. That's madness. You know, and I actually have another precept just to
I got a precept there.
Kind of Salaki.
Land back off that real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is 1 Peter 4:17. It says, "For the time has come." I think it's on that list too.
Yeah, it is.
It says, this is 1 Peter 4:17. It says, "For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High." Yeah, the house of the Most High. That's starting with those who know that they're Israelites, that aren't living, having that fear of the Lord, and fighting to live by the law, statutes, commandments to the best of their ability during this time of grace, you know. And it says, if it first, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High? Mm-hmm. You know, so those who know they're Israelites, those who are supposed to be living by the law, statutes, commandments to the best of their ability, you know, doing the work of the Lord, you know. And then to those who aren't, you know. But this guy right here, you know, he claims to be an Israelite, and knowing who he is, and look what he's doing. He's pushing confusion, you know. Mm-hmm. And so he's going to have to answer, like as the Lord says in the scriptures, that every idle word should give account in the day of judgment. So he had to give account that time when that day comes of the wickedness that he's doing, because it's a wicked thing to push confusion and lies. The Lord hates a liar.
Yeah.
Right?
You know, you pervert the ways of justice. Mm-hmm. You pretty much you pervert the truth, you know, roughly paraphrasing, you know, and take a gift, you know, under the table. You allow Esau Edom to pay you just so you can push his agenda, man.
Tazariak.
You totally soulless, man.
IUIC, saying Christ, one body, denouncing the miracles of the Most High, you know, denouncing the
miracles of Yahushua.
Yeah, miracles Yahushua, and also denouncing the chariots. Yeah. The glory of the Lord, you know.
God.
Go ahead.
I got a precept. This is the book of 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 1. Ultimately, it was prophesied that there will be false prophets, you know, amongst Israel, man. 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 1, but there were false prophets also among the people, all right, even as there shall be false teachers among you, you know, which goes to show you there's no new thing under the sun, pursuant to Ecclesiastes 1 and 9, you know. There were false prophets then, and there are false teachers now, man. And Captain Tazariak and that goddamn Ronald Dalton character are false teachers, man, you know, because you'll push madness and folly and wickedness, you know, just to get some money in your pocket, man. Just for views, for clickbait. That's BS, man. And you have to get your judgment. But it says, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privately shall bring in damnable heresies, to say that the chariots don't exist, okay? To say that the 12 tribes of Israel are all black, those are damnable heresies, man. You know, you're teaching destructive doctrine. That's what a damnable heresy is, man. Even denying the Lord that bought them, you know, he don't even speak Yahushua, man. You know, all you Old Testament only Israelites, you know. You are an example of people who bring in damnable heresies and wicked doctrines, man. But it says, even denying the Lord that bought them, you know, because Yahushua got up on that cross as a sacrificial lamb for the nation of Israel, man, and bring upon themselves swift destruction. And ultimately, that swift destruction is going to come in the form of Esau Edom, you know, with this military artillery during Jacob's trouble, and ultimately the thermonuclear missiles that's coming upon Babylon the Great, and those laser beams that's going to be coming from the chariots. Swift destruction that's going to come upon you, man. Verse 2, and many shall follow their pernicious ways. Ultimately, those who are not part of the elect are going to be deceived, man. You're going to listen to these evil teachings and the shame that comes with it, man. The madness that come with it. You're not going to be able to discern because ultimately the Holy Spirit is not working with you, man. If the Holy Spirit was working with you, you'd be able to discern that you're being lied to. That's why it says, and many, meaning more than a third, shall follow their pernicious ways. That's you 2/3, man. By reason of whom the way of truth, not all 2/3, but a large percentage. There's a lot of Israelites that people know that they Israelites that are going to die. You just went into 1 Peter 4:17, man. By reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. They'll denounce what is 100% truth just to push these pernicious ways, man, and these lies, just to get people to give them money, man. And they're pushing these doctrines that feel good to the flesh. That's pretty much all I had on that, though. Did you have any more precepts?
I have one more. I'm trying to see if I can find it.
What is it pertaining to?
Okay, here we go. It says, this is Galatians 1:6. It says, I marvel that ye are so soon removed from him that called you into the grace of the grace of the Hamashiach into the gospel. And yeah, and it's brothers starting out in this truth and learning and being taught one thing, and then all of a sudden you're hearing all these different doctrines and wayward doctrines that these other camps and these false teachers are pushing. 7 it says, which is not another, but there be some that you and will pervert the gospel of Hamashiach. And that's exactly what this Dawkins guy is doing, the gospel of Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. He's telling us that the Lord's not coming back, as the angels told us, pursuant to Acts, when he ascended into the air. They told us the same Yahweh Shai will return the way he left, and that was on a chariot. He got beamed up into a chariot. God. And so, by you telling us that these chariots aren't real and that we're bugged out and we don't know what we're talking about, this lets us know that you don't have no understanding at all, and you're very carnal. You know what I'm saying? Because that's part of our salvation. That's the hope and that's the faith that we have, that we will be these so-called UFOs being beamed up out of destruction that is coming to Babylon, aka America. Right? So I just wanted to end on that one.
See, Apostle Paul, he was visiting the churches of Galatia at that time, and that's why he was like saying, I marvel that ye are so soon removed from him that called you to the grace unto another gospel, because there was other doctrines being pushed back then, man.
Exactly. So there's nothing new under the sun.
Right, nothing new under the sun, man. Yeah. But I was gonna just finish it off with the fact that there are chariots. The Lord is coming back on a chariot, man. Right. And I can just finish it off with Revelation 1:7. This is ultimately how Yahweh Shai is coming back. Ronald Dalton, he coming back, man, in a chariot, and you're gonna see him too, and your ass gonna be ashamed, for pushing, for even following behind that is lying to Zarek, man. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves, because y'all see that our people are already lost and seeking the truth. Only the elect are going to get the truth, but you purposely deceiving our people. That's demonic as hell, man. But this is the precept right here, Revelation 1:7. Behold, meaning look, he cometh with clouds. This is talking about Yahweh Shai, okay? The clouds is the chariots, man, those so-called UFOs. It says he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him. Every eye shall see him, meaning each and every one of us here on planet Earth. You're going to see Yahweh Shai crack that sky, man. Coming from the east, man. And they also which pierced him, going to those Roman soldiers, when he was up on that cross. They pierced him, man. And they pierced him, they tortured him. They buffeted him, they slapped him. They did all kind of wicked acts to Yahweh Shai, man. But those things had to be done so the prophecy could be fulfilled. But it says, they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, because of Yahweh Shai, even so Amen. But my main point is that he cometh with clouds. The clouds is talking about the chariots, man. You know? And y'all are gonna see him come back. And you're gonna be ashamed at the fact that you were teaching something other than what the scriptures is teaching, man. I believe it's Revelation 22. It talks about adding or taking away from the word, man. You're going to get the judgment that the Lord has for you in the scriptures for adding or taking away, man.
That's right. That's right.
You got anything else?
No, that's it.
Con. All right, but Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to you, brothers and sisters out there, you hopeful elect, man. Want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone to do, rule, and teach well that taught us his truth. Peace, salutations, blessings, respect, and love to all you sincere Akim out there scattered to the four corners of the earth, pushing the ministry of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, and his the sincerity, and all you sisters who are listening and learning diligently, and Lord willing, greatly humbling your souls to the truth, man. You know, this is Brother Loya. Khan, until next time, say Shalom.